What's going on, good people? Good morning, happy Sunday, and this is going to be a little bit of a shorter video than usual for me. I don't really have any Seahawks news right now. I don't really have any Seahawks thoughts or information. Nothing really like that. This is going to be more of a channel discussion video. This is going to be discussing the channel for this upcoming week. I'm going to talk about something that I'm going to be doing this week for the Seahawks, and then I'm going to talk about something that will probably happen later this week on the channel. Okay, so first, let's start with the thing that I'm going to be doing later this week. The Seahawks play a preseason game on the 15th, and I want to let everybody know ahead of time that I plan on doing a live stream of that game, a watch-along play-by-play stream, and it's going to be the one preseason game that I do a play-by-play of. So if you want to see me do that, then that is going to be your one chance. The game starts at 7 p.m., which, again, I don't love, but I do think that a late evening stream is better for a play-by-play stream than an afternoon stream. The other game, the Week 3 preseason game for the Seahawks, is at 1, and I thought about which one I thought would work better for a watch-along, and ultimately I decided this would be better. The 7 o'clock start, may as well find some way to finagle a little advantage out of it. I don't know if there really is even one, but the stream is going to be on YouTube, of course. I'm also going to be restreaming it to Facebook and X. You can watch in all three of those places. Basically, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to be on screen. A bunch of graphics are going to be on screen for the score, the chat. We're going to have the chat on screen. We're going to have donations. We're going to have pop-ups for donations and some subscribers and members. And if you guys have been on my streams before, I think you kind of know what you're going to be looking at. So definitely tune in if that's something you want to see me do, because it's going to be the only preseason game I do. And what I'm planning on doing is doing 2 regular season game watch along streams. Only 2. I don't know which ones yet. We'll figure that out later. But if you want to see this, this is going to be one of your few opportunities to do so. And I think this will be a good game to do it. This is probably the game we see the starters a little bit. My understanding is that we're going to see the starters for like a couple of drives, because the Chiefs tend to play their starters in the second preseason game, and we're going to kind of go tit for tat with them. I think that's what's going to happen. So it should be a little more compelling than the last preseason game. But even if they don't play starters, I'm still going to live stream it, and we're going to go until the game ends, going to go the full 3 hours. So that is what you can expect on Friday evening. Be there. You'll see the stream go live. Well, not go live, but you'll see the stream go up in the next couple of days, and then you will see it go live at 7 p.m. on Friday. And hopefully interesting stuff happens. Hopefully good stuff happens. Now, immediately after the game ends, I'm going to jump on over to the Bleacher Report. I'm going to go live over there. We're going to do our half-hour post-game stream. And that's going to go as normal. That's going to go as typical. But I think after that, we're going to skip the YouTube post-game stream, because I will have already streamed the whole game on YouTube. I don't think there's a need for that. So at that point, what I'm going to do is get a post-game video up, and then set stuff up for the next day on Bleacher Report and, of course, YouTube. But I think we'll just skip the YouTube post-game stream, because, again, there's not going to be much to say that wasn't already said while I was streaming it. So we're just going to do the half hour on Bleacher Report. Again, if you're not on Bleacher Report yet, definitely get set up over there, because we're going to be doing streams every week after Seahawks games. That's really about it. That's really all I had to go over. Pretty simple. But people like it when I do this, and it's not something I do very often. So when I do it, I like to give advanced notice. That's the first thing. The second thing, this is a little bit more of a celebratory thing. The channel is getting very close to 20,000 subscribers. The channel is almost to 20,000. Now, there are a bunch of different websites on the internet that do live subscriber counts. I looked at a bunch of them. None of them were accurate. This was the closest to accurate. but it's still not all that close. It says 19,914. The actual count of subscribers on Seahawks Brendan Nelson as of this moment, me recording this video, is actually 19,968, which means we are 32 subscribers short of 20,000. I said about a week and a half ago that I was sure we were going to get there by the end of the month, and it sure looks like that's the case. But can we get there before the next preseason game? I think that's probably a more modest yet still somewhat I don't want to, opportunistic isn't the right word, yet a goal that would mean something. Like at this point, 32 subscribers away with more than 20 days left, that's not really something worth striving for. That's going to kind of happen by default because there's actual preseason stuff going on right now. But can we get those 32 subscribers in the next 5 days before the preseason game? I definitely think that we can, but I just want to let everybody know that we are just about there. Again, this is the closest count I could find, and it still is not that close. Again, actual number, 19,968 on my dashboard. I don't want to show my dashboard because it's got a lot of other information on it too, but that's the actual count. We are very, very close. We could get there today, possibly. I mean, I don't think we will because today's probably going to be a slow news day, but we are right on the cusp, and I'm excited. It's a milestone that I certainly wasn't thinking about hitting until the last few years of running this channel. And it's also a milestone that I wonder where things kind of plateau. I have theorized for a while that if you do what I do as a content creator for a sports team that is not one of the monster sports teams in terms of fan base and coverage like the Cowboys or the Lakers or the Yankees, you do eventually plateau because there's only so many people that would be interested in the way in which you're covering the team. And there's only so many people that are going to like the way that you specifically do it. I've always kind of thought that at a certain point, you just kind of reach I don't want to say a cliff because that implies you're falling. I do think at a certain point you've just kind of reached your audience, and the audience is the audience. And I've thought 20,000 might kind of be it. So we'll see how much further this can go beyond 20,000. But I mean, it wasn't that long ago that I didn't think we'd get here. So maybe you can go further. Maybe a channel like this can get to 25 or 30 or 40, 50,000. Like there are sports coverage channels, team coverage channels that get there, of course. I don't want to say it's impossible, but I've always kind of thought that with a channel like this, eventually you cap out. All right. Thank you to everybody for helping me get here. 20,000 subscribers, right on the cusp. Let's try to get there before the game on Friday. And thanks for watching. Just want to let everybody know what's going on. I think the Seahawks do practice today, so I'll have more to say later. But for now, that's the latest. Go Hawks. See you guys soon.